Okay. Hi. All right. Okay, so can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me? All right, guys. So, welcome to the Pinky Room Show with Princess Roy. Today is another day for the Pinky Room Show episodes. Today is our March episode. And if you remember very well, last month we had a very great discussion on the Pink Room Show, as we always do on the Pink Room Show. Very educative, and we shared a very crucial topic on the show. And this today, we're going to go deep down into that topic that we discussed last month. So, welcome once again to the Pink Room Show with your host, Princess Roy. Thank you so much. I've seen a lot of people already tune in. This is amazing. Please, this is for us all. Please try as much as you can, get involved with this discussion. Okay. And also share your comments, your ideas, your questions. Today, I have another wonderful guest with me. We had him last month on the Pink Room Show. And this is what he said. He said, Princess, this topic will be very good for us to discuss on the next show because I've had an experience before. And I've had some people who has gone through that situation before. So that would be a very great discussion. So I thought about it with the team and we said, okay, let's dig into this topic and see what is it about and what is going on. So I said on the show that I'm going to give this platform to our youth for us to discuss about the youth and the world. Today, we're going to talk about why do some youth commit suicide? These are some of the topics that you have to listen to. These are some of the topics that you have to take it serious. These are some of the topics that the world has to do or has to get to know about it. Be part of this, conversation. Be part of this discussion, and let us, reach out to the world. Let us fight for the life of our youth. Parents, I hope you're sitting down very well. Sit down very well, buckle your seats, and be ready to hear more. Okay, so I'm going to introduce my guest today, Kwesi Karma. He was on the show last month. He is a youth worker and also a footballer. So he has had the opportunity to work with youth. And he has had an encounter or experience of what we're going to discuss about. So be ready. If you just tune in, this is the Pink Room Show with Princess Roy. We're streaming live on Roy Network YouTube, Abedin TV on Facebook and YouTube, Lively TV, and also YKA TV. All right, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that anytime that we are live, you will receive an alert so that you can always join us to have this fantastic and phenomenal discussions on the Pink Room Show. So, okay. Hi, all right. So, I have my dear brother again on the show, Kwesi Karma. All right. So, I hope I'm mentioning the name very well.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, we are live now on the Pink Room Show. And like I said, if you want to leave your comments, leave your comments, share your ideas, whatever you know about what we're going to discuss, don't hesitate to also, share your comments. And I want to remind you that this talk show is also distributed by the Universe Network in the US. As we always do, this is the tradition of the Pink Room Show. We talk about our funny segment, right? And also, which we had it done last month every time. The funny thing is the audience wouldn't let you go. All right. So it is a tradition. So you have to do it. And also, we have our what is going on segment. All right. So before we start this talk show or the conversation, I want you to introduce yourself again to the audience, those that are watching you, those that weren't able to watch you last month. Please introduce yourself to them.
Yeah. Thank you so much once again, Princess Ray. Really appreciate you and so much, what you're doing in the community and around the world as well. Yeah. And my name is Kwesi Kamamua. I'm a youth worker, and obviously I play football as well. And then at the same time, I try to organize youth programs for the youth as much as I can. And I'm a personal trainer as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, I work with, other people that, that matters to the youth. As much as I can say, because not everyone is interested in the life of the youth.
Of
They're more
course.
interested in, obviously, what they're eating now or what they're doing now. They're not thinking about the future of these.
Right.
At the end of the day, I feel like these youths are the ones that, are going to be, be our politicians, be our doctors, be our nurses, be all, people that look after us once our times get caught up. But then all these elderly people already in politics and in other part of,
Right.
the Western world, they don't really look at that.
The youth, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, but there's more of, the Princess Royce, the women empowerment that usually
That's
take
it. We are fighting.
yeah,
We are
you
fighting.
take the action,
Yes.
you fight for
Yeah.
them. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I will share some things on the show for you to understand where I'm coming from.
yeah.
I mean, let's start everything like let's go to our funny segment for today, right? So funny segment, they want me to ask you, if we ask you to kiss a dog, I don't know, either a bulldog or whatever dog or whatever, would you kiss that dog for £1,000? Would you do that?
To kiss the pet, the dog.
Dog, yeah.
What, anywhere on the face or on the mouth?
The mouth. And let me make it difficult for you. The one that is going to
and then that's it.
No, proper kiss.
Hey.
Will you do it?
No, if the dog is not my partner, I'm not doing that.
You know.
If the dog is not my partner, I'm not doing that.
You know.
Yeah, but unless obviously maybe the pet is, about to pass away and needs breath of life, then I will happily do so to save its life.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
there's a limit. There's a limit that you would do, but
Yeah, but if it's for £1,000, £1,000 is not. If it's not gonna save
nothing.
It's nothing.
But you to kiss a dog.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah. Unless it's my favorite pet. Because sometimes you see your soul in animals. Right. That's what the Igbo people think. That's why they have pets. So sometimes you look at certain dogs, they even look like their owner.
Right.
You get it? Yeah. So if the pet is very close to you, then that one is different because the pet can even lick your face and you don't mind. You get it? But if it's not my pet, and I've been given £1,000 for him to kick, no.
Okay, people. You heard that, Kwesi. You have heard him, right?
Yeah.
So, thank you for tuning in. I've seen a lot of people tuning in. Please don't just watch. We want to hear from you. Share your comments. Share your ideas, your thoughts. We are ready here. Any questions? We have done our research. We might not know everything, but at least we can try. All right. And I hope that people that are also watching, if there's a question that we can't handle, some people, I know they are very educated people who are watching this show, counselors and all that, watching the show. So they can also give advice. So put your question there. If you have a youth and you're having any challenges with them, please put your question. So we're here to answer you. All right. So let's move on to what is going on segment, right? I told you that this month, I said that, I want to dedicate, for some months for the youth, for us to discuss about the things that is going on with the youth, because many things are happening. And like I told you last month, that every day, I do receive a message on my phone, like a news, every day. And not even a single day, or out of maybe say 5 days, I will have about 4 talking about deaths of a youth. A youth have been stabbed, a youth has been killed, a youth have stabbed. All this is going on. Last week, not this week, I think around Monday or Tuesday, I read the news and I saw that they said there was a guy who was stabbed right in front of his school.
Secondary
Right
school.
in front of the school. Yeah, secondary school. Apparently he was part of the gang, and then he left the gang. And one of the gangs waited for him right in front of the school, the secondary school. And the way and the manner the incident happened, the way the guy died, honestly, I cried. I was shaking. I was like, what is going on? What is going on? And this is the reason why I said that we're going to give time, the airtime of the Pink Room Show, to discuss about the youth. What is going on? Okay, so what's your take about this incident? What's your take?
Yeah. My take is very strange, but at the same time, it's only strange if you understand me.
Yeah.
Because I'm putting myself in that environment right now.
Yeah.
As you just said what you said,
Mm.
just to take everything in.
Yeah.
But that is scary. Like, just imagine I have my child that goes to that school.
Right.
I'm expecting, obviously, the government or the school to take certain procedures. You know what I'm saying? To make sure the safety of not only my child, but my child and his friends or her friends are good. They're in a safe environment.
Yeah.
But if I'm hearing this, such schools should be examined.
Yeah.
And they need to bring in more mentors.
That's it.
And they need to bring more security to that school, because that's a scary school.
Yeah.
And what I do remember is back in the day, it was even worse than it is right now.
Oh my God.
That's what scares me. I can't believe this is actually happening right now.
Yeah.
But like I said, once I put myself in this sort of scenario, South School needs security, they need mentors, and they need to protect our kids, because that's not safe.
Yeah.
Imagine they killed him, but they could have killed another innocent life.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Someone vulnerable. It's not nice to hear this at all.
I know.
But
and then even the other guys or other boys or the students around the scene, it can cause trauma. It can cause, I think his friend experienced it, and he was narrating whatever happened. According to him, they said that when the guy was stabbed right on the neck, the guy was screaming and shouting. And I honestly, I felt it right in me. Like, I don't know how to express myself, but the feeling that at that moment, I don't know how to say it. It is so painful for you to groom your child, for you to bring your child up at that
certain level.
A certain level. I have lost a child before, and I said to myself, I'm going to be personal. Sometimes we need to use our own experience to tell people how it feels so that you understand where I'm coming from. I lost my child at I think 8 months. That's a stillbirth. Okay, stillbirth. That is not a child that maybe I have, groomed or have looked after or brought up onto certain age or whatever, or spent my time with me. But she spent time in my womb. Right.
Was it a he?
She was right after my first son, right? And 8 months, I lost her. Stillbirth, right in me. Even as that I did not spend time with her, I still feel that sometimes the pain is there. So you can imagine that you bring your child up, living with them, staying with them, growing up to the age of teen, the teens, 19, 20, or 17, 15, spending all these special moments with that child, and you lose that child that way. You can imagine how painful it is. I don't know the
Yeah.
mothers are watching. Share this to the world. Share it because we need to hear this. Maybe you haven't been in that situation before. You haven't lost a child before because you think that it is not you. It might be you tomorrow. It might be you tomorrow. And don't
Yeah.
think your child, because your child is maybe she's a baby or she's a toddler, or the child will, he or she will still grow. So we need to fight and stand, do everything to protect our children because it's so painful. Unless you're not a mother, then I do understand.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you get what I mean?
Yeah. But if you're saying that, I've seen the experience from my mom, where obviously I lost my brother. If my
Right.
mom's on the show, she probably, I
Ah,
apologize, but she can, confirm to it. Everyone took it differently. Mom took it differently. I took it differently. My father took it differently. So everyone like used the pain and
right.
channeled it into something else. So my
That's it.
father used the pain and channeled it into alcohol.
Oh God.
My mom channeled it into prayers and different churches.
Mm,
Is what I'm saying. But still, she was very depressed.
mm,
For me, I channeled into something else. It
yeah.
was bad friends and
Mm,
smoking.
Jesus.
But then, the moment I started losing my path from something I've worked so hard and built so hard to get to, I was like, no, I'm not gonna allow that to happen.
Happen.
So I had to use that as a motivation to push
Right.
myself in
Good.
football. Yeah,
Good.
so I feel like it's my mother's prayers
Right.
that pushed me away
Mm,
from going down the negative road.
yeah. Yeah.
Again, because it's a sort of negative energy
Mm,
where you need to be strong mentally.
that's it.
You know what I'm saying? So that your physicality can be can be met with God.
It's not
But
easy.
it's not easy.
Not easy.
I'm saying I'm very fortunate and I'm blessed because
Mm,
I could have gone through that path. I
that's yeah.
probably wouldn't have been on this show.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I would have been synchronized in it by
Yeah.
now. I would have had,
Yeah.
a lot of these youth not
Yeah.
even going to school and
Yeah.
then building up these gangs.
Right.
But it's pointless.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day, these youth, like I said, are going to be the ones that take care of us, take
that's
of
it.
our kids. They're
Yes.
the one that are going to be the continuation of the
Yes.
future.
That's it.
Without them, there will be no continuation of the future.
Of
We
course.
can't do it all by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
so for me to hear that really hurts. And
Yeah.
one thing I also do know is that regardless of it, God
Mm,
knows the future
that's it.
than us. So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta like leave it to him. That's the reason why when I got to a certain stage where I
Mm-hmm.
knew I was abusing myself,
Mm,
I could hear spirit telling me, no, it's not for you, it's not this, take this road. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And sometimes I feel like we ourselves are stubborn. We don't
Wow.
listen to the inner us.
That's it.
That thing that tells us, oh, that's
Mm,
not the right way, it's the wrong way. Choose this way. You
that's it.
get it? Maybe you go that way,
Mm,
you be at the wrong place at the wrong time. But
mm,
you choose the other way
mm,
because you listen to your inner self,
that's
and
it.
it is the perfect way. You
Mm,
get it? Yeah. Regardless of whatever door it is, there's always options where you don't want to make the wrong decision, but
yeah.
because of stuff that has happened,
That's
it
it.
directs you that way without
Mm,
you thinking about it.
yeah.
Yeah. But also, when you have the right mentors around you, it
Mm-hmm.
helps because then they can guide you. They don't have to be your father, they don't have to be your mother, but they can be a mentor in life.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. For example, the nursing. Imagine you're doing nursing.
Yeah.
Me, if I've never done nursing before, I can't go to a hospital and be like, "Oh, I want to work or operate on one patient."
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'll end up killing the person. But
Of
because you're
course.
a nurse, you're
Mm-hmm.
qualified. You've
Yeah.
been mentored. You've been
Yeah.
taught how to
Yeah.
do certain things. So your procedures to do stuff is
Yeah.
easier. Probably
Yeah.
taking seconds. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the sort of like way I feel like we should go
Yeah.
because everyone has a trauma.
Yeah.
Everyone, especially the youngsters now, they all feel like they have a trauma. Even
Yeah.
if they don't, they 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 surround themselves with it.
Yes.
So when an adult is already been through a certain stage, they
Mm-hmm.
inflict it on them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get it? So they become a problem and they don't see anything else, but they only see what has been said about them or
Yeah,
what has been inflicted on them. So they
that's
don't see nothing good within themselves.
that's it. Right. I think if we say we're talking about this, it's a whole that is
Yeah,
another topic that we will treat as well. The gangs and all this killing, alcohol abuse, drug abuse. We're going to tackle all. I'm looking forward to meet the youth, some of the youth that have got experience to tell us more about what or how they get themselves involved in all these things.
yeah.
So if you just tune in, this is Princess Roy in the Pinky Room, and we are live now on the Pinky Room Show. Please share the link. Please invite your friends and families to tune in. This is a crucial and a very important topic that we're discussing about. Right. So, like I told you today, I'm joined again by Kwesi Kama, a
Oh,
youth worker and also a footballer, and who he is here to share his experience and his the things that he knows about the topic that we're going to treat today. So please share the link. Like I said, I've said it before, share the link. Keep on sharing on Facebook, on YouTube. Share it. Keep sharing, and also subscribe to the Roy Network. Like I said, we are live on Aberdeen TV, Lively TV, YKA TV, and also our distributor is Universe Network USA. Okay, so we're going to dig into the topic for today, right? So, why do some youth commit suicide? Last month, you said to me that this topic is very important to you, and you would like us to discuss about this. So, let's talk about suicide among the youth. And I took time to it might not be enough, but at least you know let's talk about suicide now. I did a few research about the suicide, the global, what is going on the WHO World Health Organization. And the little that I had, information I had about, is from they said the age 19, right? Group 19, from 15 to 19. Between then, you know, it's been, I think, they did a research in 90 countries, right? 90 countries. This is a world one, a
mhm.
global one that they said they've done. And they said about 7.5, 7.4, over 100,000 youths, right, commit suicide
In 7 countries,
in 90 countries.
in 90 countries.
This is the world one.
Okay.
Yes. But where I find it very, very worrying, or a bit confused, is that they said, according to the research, 10.5 are men or boys.
Mm,
In the men or boys is more than the women of the girls. So the girls were is 4.1, but the guys, or the male, is 10.5.
yeah.
And they said this is the fourth, I think in the UK is the third leading causes of death in the UK, but the
Which one's the
world is
first?
fourth. Yeah.
Wow.
And it
It's
looks
crazy.
like, I don't know if we are really aware of what is going on. You said last time that you had people, you had a friends, about two youths that you lost them and all.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us about your experience, and then we'll dig in more into this discussion.
Yeah. You see, depression. Before we start, if we can look into depression, the meaning of depression, then
Depression.
yeah, please,
Yes.
can you read it out so that obviously our audience can,
Yeah.
to, because depression's a big,
Mm. Yeah.
it's a big
Okay. So
subject.
it says that depression is a low mood that lasts for weeks or months and affects daily life. Right. Let's go to I think they have Yeah. And it's more like a mental health issue, isn't it? Depression.
It is. And um mental health, for men, we always talk about mental health for
Mm.
men needs it, but where does it originate from depression.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine as a kid or as a
Mm.
child, maybe
Mm.
being born in a single parented home. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Your
Yeah.
mom do not believe in you because your mom sees your dad instinct in you. So instead of her to take that sort of instinct and that negativity away from you, they
Right.
she oppress you. Those around you oppress you. Your uncle, your family, oh, you look like it, but you've never had the experience of someone being there for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So already your family don't support you, so you're in a low mood. You get
Right.
it? Yeah.
Mm.
For you to come out of that sort of environment um happy is to have a goal, is to have a faith, is to have someone that you can look up to. So when I
Right.
say someone that you can look up to, for example, as Christians, we look up to Jesus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, if they're Muslim, they'll look up to who? Muhammad.
Mohammed, yeah.
You get it? Through
Mhm.
that, you find your brothers, you find other believers that believe in what you believe in. So,
Yeah.
which means you know that you're not alone. So,
That's
that
it.
itself, it will not even lead you to mental health because you know if um, you're looking up to Muhammad, you have other believers that believe in Muhammad. So,
That's
you
it.
approach them, you're
Mhm.
confident. But
Mhm.
when you don't have anyone or any goal or anything in front of you that you can look up to,
Yeah.
like the world is pointless to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You feel like you have no one. So what's the meaning of you being in the world? What's the
Mm.
meaning of life for you? You don't
Yeah.
see the meaning of life.
Mm.
So you just decide to perish it. But
Yeah.
the experience that I had with two of the beautiful people that
Mm.
was once in my life, may
Right.
their soul rest in perfect peace.
Yeah.
Um, one was my close friend who
Right.
died at the age of 26
Mm.
back home in his country in Angola. And
Right.
then the second one was a 17-year-old turning 18. May
Right.
so rest in perfect peace.
Mm.
Um, I'm, I'm rather going to talk about one instead of
Yeah.
both of them because,
That's fine.
they
Yeah.
meant a lot to me.
So if we
Yeah.
want to know if you heard about, did you speak to the family? Did they tell you the reason why that's they committed suicide? Because there's always a sign. There's always a
Hmm.
sign. They always give a sign. And I was reading about it, and they said that there's sometimes there will be some things that you will see. Either they will talk about it, that they will mention it before. I feel like killing myself. I feel hopeless. All these things, it's signs that it's there.
Princess Ray, you know what? Saying that, yeah, I didn't
Mm,
want to say about you, but because of the signs that you just said, I'm
yeah,
gonna speak about both of them because
that's fine. Yeah,
before man and God, if I saw the sign I saw with the first one, the
right.
26-year-old,
Yeah,
then I would have just asked him to move in with me.
okay,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But
Mm-hmm.
the 17-year-old turning 18, I had no clue.
No clue.
I
Right,
had no clue because one, he's motivated. Two,
right.
whenever there's a youth program or football, he's the first one there. If we
Wow.
say pay your money on time, we don't know where you get the money from, but he's paid. Like
Okay.
he's punctual
Wow.
and he's a good player. He works hard. And
So
for me,
then,
one thing I
what
do
is
know,
the problem? What was the cause?
okay, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not the sign. It's
Right.
it's more than that. So for the
Wow.
17-year-old to the 18-year-old, what happened was um I was training him like about 2 weeks
Mm,
prior to when he took his own life.
right.
And the day before he took his own life,
Mm,
he actually had a training session with the twin,
right. So
the
they're
ones that I introduced you to. Yep.
okay.
Had
Oh,
one to one with him.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And it
Yeah.
was amazing
Right.
because, he said he had trials, football trials somewhere. So he won that one to one.
Right.
So he did it with him. But usually he'll be with me. but it's no problem of him doing it with the twin because me and the twin works together.
That's it.
So if you don't see no one working with me, you see others working with the twin. So
Yeah.
like we're all together. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me working with him, I was happy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, but then that's one of the reason why I wanted you to connect to the twins because obviously
Yes.
then
Yes.
they have that side of
Yeah.
that story to say.
Sorry.
But
Say.
I can't tell you what was said between both of them before he
Okay.
let him go. You get it? By the
Yeah.
time the last moment I spent with him
Mm.
before he had that training with the twin,
Mhm.
um, it was fun. One thing about me is when I'm training my youngsters that I believe to be professional, I have
Yeah.
fun with them before we start. We get to work. So
Yeah.
I told him to connect to my speaker, play
Mm.
his music. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're warming up together.
Mm. Oh
He's
God.
playing his music.
Right.
And then obviously after we got the session going and he was on fire. I was even shocked. I'm pushing him, but I was feeling I'm not even pushing him hard enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, am I not pushing him hard enough? But I thought the way he pushed
Mm.
made me so happy that
Mm.
if you keep that consistently, yeah,
Right. Mm.
like the sky's your own limit.
That's it. So
You know what
this
I'm
guy
saying?
had a dream. He had a future to become a great footballer.
More than that, more
Wow.
than a great footballer.
Mm.
He's got beautiful hair.
Wow.
He's a bright guy. He's beautiful. He's a good guy. He's a good kid. Like you can look around the environment, and out of 10 kids,
Mm.
if you're to visualize what they could become, you can say something good about him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then after you're having conversation, after we've done the training,
Yeah.
you're having conversation. So he was asking me how long obviously it took me to make it to a decent standard. He was asking me certain questions,
Mm.
but then it didn't never led me to believe that he's gonna take his own life.
Life.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3 to 2 days later.
Right.
So it's one of us like I never wish this on anyone,
That's
but
it.
I would have wished for him to be open with me
Yeah.
because I gave him everything of me.
That's it.
Maybe it might not have been enough for him to tell me what was going on, but I
Mm.
felt like it was enough for him to feel welcome by me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if there was any problem going on, whether with family or whatever it is, he could
Mm.
have told me.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't in his nature to tell anyone what he's going through. But
Did
rather,
we got to know at the end that what was behind him committing suicide or not?
yeah, us the coaches, we got to know later on
Right.
what was behind the suicide because obviously um, he's from the other part of Europe, so he's not British, but he was born here.
All right.
Um, he's staying with a single mother.
Right.
The environment of where they stay
Mm.
was he wasn't happy. We've been there, so we could tell that he wasn't happy, and
Right.
him being the only one, and the
He
reason
was the only
behind he was the only child as well.
child. Right.
Yeah, but obviously the mom wanted him to do more than what
Mm.
he wanted to do. The mom wanted him to be educated. The mom wanted him to be in school whilst he's doing football.
Mm.
He
Mm.
felt like he was good and could get through football and
Right.
then do education. So what they both wanted was two different things. And
Okay.
I feel like because he was living under the roof of her,
Mm.
she became like a man to
Have
him.
to do what I tell you to
Do
do.
I tell you to do, yeah. So
Mm.
he took it the wrong way of mom not supporting his dream.
Oh God. Mm. Mm.
And that's what I'm saying. That's when we come in. So
Yeah.
if there's no understanding, we come in to come
Yeah.
to the bridge, like meet halfway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We help you get here, and then you help her. You know what I'm saying? She will help you get here.
Yeah.
But then he
Oh.
took everything onto himself and just decided for himself. Mom came back home. Yeah, he's finished himself.
What
It,
exactly
it,
did he do to himself? Did he cut himself, or was it a self-harm, or is it drugs? What did he do to end his life?
he hanged himself.
Oh God. All right. Mm.
Yeah. Uh,
Was that enough? Was that enough for him to do that? Was that the only
but
issue?
that's what I'm saying. That's what everyone wants to believe that happened. But for me personally, I don't think that's what happened.
There's more
You
to
know what I'm
it.
saying? There's
More
more
to
to it, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want to say anything that
Right.
isn't in,
Right.
because then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
Yeah.
for what I do know, this is what happened. But
Mm.
then I feel like it could have been prevented.
It,
It
that's
should have
okay.
been prevented. Not even
Yeah.
could. It should have been prevented.
Yes.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah. So it's very important and vital that all the youth that we do bring, it's not
Mm.
just a community. They have
Yeah.
to be willing, and they have to be willing to turn up. Not only willing to be there, that they have
Yeah.
to be willing to make a change.
Yeah.
You get it?
Mm.
So me and the twins are very selective now, because
Yeah.
they don't want to bring everyone in, but
Mm.
half of them isn't serious. So if you're
Right.
coming in, just know that you're serious and you're willing to learn,
You
and you're
learn.
willing to be the best version of yourself. You're
Yeah.
willing to do well. You're willing to use their name to get to a decent standard, a platform.
That's it. That's
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Because if you're in a different platform, it's only gonna say good about us, the people
Right.
that you work with, the
Mm.
people that help you bring you to the light. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, because just imagine I could have never have come to light like this
Yeah.
without
Mm.
the help of my mother, my father, and
Yeah.
the other people in my life.
Hmm.
You understand? Yeah. But the youth nowadays, I feel like um the one that passed away, I can't even include him because, like I said, his personality and what he's shown us was
There.
so good.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
was so close to perfect that you
Mm.
wouldn't even think of that of him. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah,
Mm.
but then you look at certain youth like they're confused. They're just here for the
Yeah.
time's sake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're just here. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. They're just here, and like there's no direction. You
So
get it?
that's when what we want to come in and then
Yeah,
get to do. The thing is, let's try let's think about this, because this one is more basing on like single parenting, right?
yeah. It's a major problem. It's a major problem.
Part of them, the problems that when I was researching, I find out, right? Divorce and all that. Even divorce itself can cause some of them, the youths of they can traumatize them. You don't understand why
No, it can. It does. It
it does,
does.
right? To for them, the parents to separate, they don't understand why that should happen.
Of course.
So it
Just imagine this, Princess Roy.
mm,
Sorry for cutting you. Just
that's
imagine
okay.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, imagine your siblings. Yeah,
yeah,
and then both our mom and dad that we look up to, they both come and then bring food. They show us love before we go to school.
mm,
Like our schoolmates knows our dad and mom, and then all of a sudden, oh,
yeah.
dad is not in the house no more.
That's
Even
it.
our friends are gonna be unhappy for us.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You're gonna be traumatized. Like you turn up to parents' evening, you're seeing
yeah.
your friends with their parents, but you don't. You only see with mom.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna see a family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're only gonna see like, oh, you're alone. You're by
Yeah.
yourself. You're gonna be like, yeah.
That is
So
what the family sometimes, yeah, things happen for whatever reason it happens, right? People find themselves in the wrong relationship and marriages. Okay. And last time I said that if the marriage is not something that you're going to die or is causing your health,
or your
then
peace.
you don't have to. For you to be selfish, some women, because I heard a lot of people saying, and some men will say that most women will divorce because they want is it government money? What is it? What they call it? Whatever
Child
money,
benefit.
child,
Child benefit.
not really. Whatever supports. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we're a woman that you think that way, the marriage is not, being, you're not being at risk of any abuse or any health issues, and you come out because of your own selfish interests. Then honestly, I don't know what I should say to you now.
Mhm.
Because this, like you were saying, it can contribute to this young youth or the youngsters causing, committing suicides,
Hmm.
going through depression. So then, why is it not that if the family, like maybe you separated for whatever reason, if it's not working, it's not working. Okay, you go on separate way. Why don't some fathers and mothers come together? Be there. You can still be there for the children. You can still play your role as a father.
Of course.
You don't have to be out of it and say that because of the some parents will channel their anger towards the kids, or maybe, oh, because I'm not
Um,
with you, I
that's
don't
what they
want to
do,
be in the house. I
Princess
don't want
Roy.
to pick up my kids.
Princess, that's what they do, and that's a problem.
It's a
And the
shame.
moment, that's what I'm saying. So now, if women are not using their son or their daughter against the husband, then the husband is the one using the kids against them. You get what I'm saying? So everyone used the kids as a weapon,
Which is wrong. These
which
children
is
are
it's a
innocent.
sin. They're innocent, exactly.
Of course, it's a
You know what I'm
sin.
saying? It's a sin. It's a big sin. Because just imagine, like, growing up in nowadays, yeah, even if mom and dad isn't home, you
Yeah,
know you can't do nonsense out on the street
yeah,
because someone's dad or mom will punish you.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yes, oh
So,
yes. The community
so
is playing a role.
community, you know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
So when the community was involved, it was beautiful.
that's
So
it.
now you have civilized citizens or civilized people in the community. You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? Even if mom and dad is not around, you know not to misbehave.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Your grandma or your granddad can be around, but you're good.
Yeah,
You're a good child. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah. So that there was healthy. But
yeah,
over here in the Western world, it's
yeah,
different. It's like they've sectioned us and made people like
yeah.
robocops. So
Mm,
even kids, when they have certain feelings, they can't
yeah,
share it because they feel like they'll get criticized or they'll get certain name called upon them. So they don't
right.
want to express their feelings. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? But then if you show that you're there for them and
yeah,
show you can show trust, like you can develop that sort of trust
yeah,
between them, I feel like they will tell you everything and
yeah,
then they'll listen and then obviously be directed by you. And
yeah,
you know, like I said, that's what we've been trying to do through the sports that we do best, which is football.
yeah,
And for me, I'm learning other variety of sports so that I can get through to all of them. But it's
yeah,
not easy. It's not easy. I said it's not because you know some youth might be good at certain sports, but
yeah,
because they don't do it often and they are caught up in the feelings, they
yeah.
always want to do other things other than what they actually good at doing. So
Mm,
if their ability was to do shot put,
yeah,
because they've not been told that they're good at shot put, they'll
yeah,
put it to the side and do something else. Either
yeah,
be smoking or doing
yeah.
um
Self-involved in things that.
involving other dramas or being a gang life. You know what
So
I'm
it
saying?
means that the family, the parents should try and understand their children.
They
When they
have
grow
to,
up,
but
they choose their
yeah,
path.
they have to.
Yeah.
They have
So
to buy
sometimes
into it.
we feel that okay, this is best for you.
Hmm.
You know, this is best for you. This is what you're supposed to do. But then if you come to understand a child, there's something that I've realized, especially with the white community, right? When a child is growing up, they watch the child and they try, they get what the child wants to do. They listen, some of them will listen, some of them will be aware of, okay, this is what he's doing. If he starts, screwing things and unscrewing things and putting things together, you should know. So we have to study our kids
Hmm.
and get to know them.
Hmm.
Spend time with them and get to know them. Okay, this is the path. This is what he's doing. This is what he's doing. Not for us to push things on them, that telling them be a doctor, be this, be that. Because that's what many of us do. Like
I
what you
know.
say.
Yeah, yeah. And it's been like that since growing up. Oh, I want to become a doctor. I want to become a lawyer. But imagine the moment footballers' money became more, everyone wants their son
Everybody's
to be a
not want their
footballer.
sons to be a footballer.
You know what I'm
It's a funny
saying?
world.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a funny world. That's why kids will commit suicide now. Not even
Yeah,
adults, kids. Why? Because they've been pressured to do so much that
that's
they
it.
don't even feel like in themselves they want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's one of ones like it's about meeting halfway.
That's it.
Okay, I'm your mom, I'm your father, but guess
Yeah.
what? I see this trait in you. I see that
Mhm.
you're fast. Why
Yeah.
don't you try running?
That's it.
Yeah, I'll let you
That's it.
join a athletic club. Whilst you're
Mhm.
doing that, you can be
Yeah.
doing a part time. work
Yeah.
where you're earning money, and I'll still give you pocket money. So you
Yeah.
meet halfway. Where you meet halfway, the
Mhm.
goal, the end goal. I
Yeah.
mean, the goal set standards. So
Yeah.
they're more happy to wake up to do what you've talked about or spoken of
Hmm.
than to not have a goal at all. No goal
Yeah.
settings leads to destruction.
Mm.
You just wake up and just wake up for life's sake.
Yeah.
Just imagine if no one had a job or no one had work. Just
Yeah.
imagine how the world would be.
That's it.
You know what I'm
That's it.
saying?
So everything
Yeah,
is important. Just
everything.
understand, like I said, it's good for you to understand. I mean, doing everything or living with a human being, if you don't understand the person, you can't live with. Even in marriages, it's like that. You can't live with people if you don't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to allow them to express themselves. That's why I'm thinking of having this like a stage, something that we'll get some of the youth to come and talk about, to tell us what do they expect from a family, what do they expect from the parents. I know sometimes it can be difficult because some parents, we don't have time. We want to work, get money, and then we forget about the kids. Leave them to do whatever they want to do, cater for themselves. I know it's challenging, it can be difficult, but if we come to understand each other that, listen, this is what I'm doing, this is the reason why I'm here, this is what I'm doing, or this is what we can do together as a team, then we
Yeah.
can go, we can do something. Because sometimes I, I'm really angry at some parents. I'm still thinking about some issues, especially people who have traveled, who want to make something, make money, and at least go and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Working and all that. Because if you don't, I know this country, if you don't work, you can't pay your bills.
You
Especially in
can't
this country,
live.
you can't live. And even if you want you want to go and work, you have to have somebody to care for your kids, to pay child mind.
Childminder.
So it's quite, dicey. It's quite complicated, but we still have to know how to deal with our youths. We still need to pay attention to them because that time that year is very crucial in their lives. I have worked also with the youths, and I'm telling you, one person told me that she wanted to kill herself because of her boyfriend.
Hey,
I used to hear strange things because
what you say? Close to the boyfriend.
I can see us taking off his heart. You take
Hey.
off your cup.
Oh God.
The emotions, the emotions, the emotions. Today I was speaking to my church mother, and we were discussing about why, because it was baffling to learn that the percentage of the guys that commit suicide is higher than the girls.
Mm-hmm.
I still now I'm still thinking, what is the reason? Because I've got boys. And I'm thinking sometimes my 16 years old will tell me, I feel down and that, and I'll feel like you know what I'm talking. Sometimes I call you and say that I want you to
He's
talk
just
to
feeling lazy. He's feeling lazy.
you get what I mean? And then you
Yeah.
think about it, you want to get something and it's so difficult. So I'm wondering what is causing the guys even committing more suicide than even the girls. And I saw this and I thought, I don't know if that is really, something that is true. Because I remember some time ago, I think it was a basketball player or something who mentioned that he knew, I think I saw it on Instagram, that he was saying that if only he knew, because his friend committed suicide, he's a guy, committed suicide, but then he didn't know what was happening to the guy. If he knew, he'd have done something about it. And then he mentioned that men has to talk, guys has to
Yeah.
open up, right? So when I was doing the research, I saw they saying that from a young age, we condition men to think that crying is a sign of weakness.
It's true.
So a child is thinking, for me, I need to be a man. I don't have to keep whilst you're a child, you're growing up, when you cry and your parents just shut up, you were a boy. You don't have to be, behave like a
Mm-hmm.
girl, not cry. So
Mhm.
you buckle in all the pain, all the things that you're going through inside you. You can't
Mhm.
cry about it because sometimes crying is very good. God created crying for a purpose. But when you're going through something and you cry, you get relieved.
Mhm.
So I don't know. What do you think about it? Is that true? Because you are a man. So tell
It's
me.
true. It's true. It's true. One thing about women or girls or ladies is you guys can
Talk.
talk or
Right.
gossip about anything. When you gossip about anything, you
So
get it
gossip
off
is
your
not fun at
chest.
all.
You know
It's
what I'm
not that
saying?
fun.
So the gossip is your freedom. You know what
That's
I'm
it.
saying? Whilst for
Mm,
guys, is
right.
mainly someone that you can relate to.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be family because you can be in a family but you don't like each other. You can be
Right.
in a family but you don't like what your cousin likes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
but then you can also be in a family and be in the best relationship because what you want to help one another. You want to
Yeah.
discuss about helping one another. That's
Yeah.
why sometimes I do talk about the
Yeah.
Asian group, because
Mm,
despite the fact that some of them ain't families, and because they're from the same tribe or from the same
yeah.
country, they help
Yeah.
one another.
Brothers.
You
True.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
So it's one of them ones like with guys, we only talk about things that we are interested in.
right.
If it doesn't concern you, I don't see a friendship
Don't
with
want to.
him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mm,
then it's not about friendship, it's about respect. How
mm,
can I respect you without screwing my face to you? As
yeah.
if you owe me something, as if you've done me something, as
Mm-hmm.
if you've wronged me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Why should I do that? And
Mm.
then another thing is, oh, materialistic stuff.
Okay.
It goes to my Oyibo friends, my Nigerian brothers. Some of
Right.
them, yeah, they'll work so hard for many
Mm,
years, earn
yeah.
millions, and they'll use one day to splash everything away. Yeah, because what they want to look down on you. And for
Right.
me, it's there's no preparation because you being rich, one, it's your health, two,
Yeah.
is obviously money, and
Yeah.
three, it's your wealth,
Yeah.
what you have around you. It could be house, it
Yeah.
could be land, it could be anything. But all of
Mm-hmm.
that is a blessing
It's a
because you don't
blessing.
wake up or you don't get given birth to and just
Yeah.
own everything. Some people do, some people don't. You get
Yeah.
it? So when you're
Mhm.
fortunate to have this, you have to
Yeah.
use it to bless others.
Hmm.
Because when you bless others, that's when it multiplies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've found something good in helping people, and the best investment is people.
It's people.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
Yeah,
think we have to educate the children about when they're
yeah,
growing up, what
yeah.
to get and stuff and all that. Because like you said, sometimes there's a competition out there.
It's a big
Right.
competition. It's like a
Competition
rat
out
boat. Yeah,
what they wear. My son would tell me, I want Jordan Air or whatever it is, and you have to buy 300 pounds, whatever it is, and if you can't buy it, then what is going on?
then it means you don't love them.
That you don't love them,
Mm.
and this can contribute to all this depression and all this
Of course, of course.
you know.
But that's what I
So
was saying. There's got to be
mm,
goal settings. So the goal
yeah,
settings is okay. You actually want this £300 thing? No
yeah,
problem. Every single week, just make sure you clean your room and you do
that's
your clothes. Yeah,
that's
you get your pocket money. If you
yeah,
don't behave in school, your pocket money is gonna be cut in half.
that's it.
You get it? So basically you gotta set your law. You have to set your law in your
Yeah,
environment for them to
yeah,
understand. And
mm,
also sometimes you have to lower yourself to their level to
yeah,
understand them. Even though it is hard to lower yourself to their level because they abuse it the moment you drop to their level.
right.
You get it? Because then they want to do all sort of things with you, but then like, I'm not your level. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, you get to that stage, but right now this is what I want you to do because I want
yeah,
you to be happy. So I
yeah,
feel like most of the time we have to say things that we see in our kids or in our youth
yeah.
to not only let them hear, but to let them know who they are.
They are. Yeah.
You get
But
it?
it's very challenging because the thing is, sometimes the parents are doing what they have to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes the parents are doing what they want to do. They are doing their best. It's not that they don't want to give or they don't want to support them or they don't want to, but the help that it's not there. You was thinking this 200 pounds, whatever it is, you're going to use that money you need to pay your bills, you need to pay your rent, you need to pay whatever it is. And you try to make this child understand, okay, this is the situation. Okay, maybe, work, or like you said, clean your room, do this, and I'm going to, give you whatever it is. But then they will not understand. They will not have the patience to wait for it. Because at the end of the day, their friends are wearing it. Their friends are doing whatever it is. So I don't know if we should blame social media or we should blame some parents. Or I don't know where we stand now.
Okay. One, I'll just say we gotta blame the people. Who made the social media? The people.
Okay. Right.
Who are the government? The people.
Right.
Who made money? The people.
Right.
Who's on the money? The people. You know what I'm saying? So every single thing is the people. And I feel like a lot of these, if I can't speak to a single parent, if that person has never been a parent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can't speak to a single parent that's not married about marriage when he's never married. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain topics or certain stuff that you can't speak to people about because they've never had that experience.
Yeah.
Until you actually speak to, so if I was a nurse, we can happily speak about nursing stuff or stuff in the hospital, and you'd be like, oh, so I tried it when I was this year, and I'll be like, cool, what, you tried it when you're 25? I tried it when I'm 21. So everything happened in different stages. Right now, a lot of the stuff that are happening, it's not been meant for the youth, but then they've taken it on because social media has made everything so close by. When you put your hands through your phone, you can get hold of whatever you've seen.
Right.
You can even say it now in his hair.
Right.
Your friends or your people around you that you're going to, they're giving to you for free.
Yeah.
The moment you use one for free, it doesn't become free no more. Because the next time you want to use it, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So who is it? It's the people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the people.
Yeah.
You get it? Just because what your brother doesn't want to see you happy means what? He has to push you there for you not to be happy.
Yeah.
You get it? So it's the people. The moment certain people in this society or this government ain't happy, they push out for other, community. They push out into the community or around the world for people to, feed off that because they feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Or because some of them ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? So it all come down to us.
Yeah.
Until everything will get better, we need to start with us.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame on social media.
There was one thing on the there was this was something a lady who was a woman who was sharing this testimony that she was there. I think this is kind of a suicide, this, I think it wasn't a planned thing for the child to do it, but it's a way of a suicide. That I think that she has 2 children, right? So like in the evening they were going to sleep, and she said she was in her room. She finished praying, and then she felt like she should go and check up on her kids in their room. So she kept on having this push that go, right? So she went to the room. When she got there, one of the child was in the box. She was in the box. Apparently it's a challenge that she saw on the social media, that you have to bury yourself in the box and cover yourself in the box. And this child has done this to the point that she can't breathe. She's lost her consciousness, nearly killing herself because of this challenge on social media. And this is a suicide. This is a suicide. I don't know if it's a plan or I mean it's not planned because this child she's a little girl, but it's on social media a challenge.
I know. That's what I'm saying, Princess. This challenge is promoted by the people. So the people that don't consider, the use of social media, that it reaches out to the world, not only kids, but ladies, female, elderly people, is wrong. There's gotta be precautions. There's gotta be a content, what's it called?
So what can we do to get all these things? How are we going to get tackle all this kind of things about this social media and all that? How are
The
we?
the
That's
gov the government can always put restriction to it. They did it
right.
before. If they wanted to keep anything from Russia with the way
Mm,
Russian people are moving, if they wanted
right.
to not let us see what is going on in Russia or even in
Yeah.
Ghana, guess what? They'll find a way to restrict it where it
Well,
will
right.
never be broadcasted. But because
Right.
they want us to see what they want us to see, they will
Right.
broadcast it. They'll make sure
That's
it's
it.
on social media. You
That's
know what I'm
it.
saying? Yeah, so what
That's
they want is what's out that we
out
see.
there. But
You know what
these
I'm
are the
saying?
things that we said from the beginning. We said that these youth are the leaders. They are the future leaders.
So
And if we don't,
they
if we don't educate them well, if we don't train them well, how can they lead the country? Say in 10 years' time, where is the world going to be?
it's
If
gonna
children
be
are
down.
committing suicide, if children are the youth now are in guns, killing themselves and stabbing
Yes.
themselves, and all that, in alcohol, drinking alcohol, what do you call it? Having drug abuse and abusing themselves with drugs. Who is going to lead the country? And this goes
Yeah,
to the government.
it does. And I
As
feel like
talking to the youth, we have to talk to the family, the parents, and also the government has to step in.
I don't think you can really blame the parent because now the parents need their parents because a lot of the parents have lost. Not for real.
This is very deep because these things, this topic itself, trust me,
Hmm.
when I was doing research about it and I was looking at, I was digging deep. Now I was thinking this is not a one day topic that we have to talk about.
No, it's
This is
not.
a very huge topic because, like I said, I have a lot of stuff that you keep on seeing me going on my phone and checking because I have made some notes that I want to talk about. But I look at the time, I think about it. We can't settle this. We can't finish talking about this because there's a
Can't.
lot of even people that are risk, the thoughts. I mean, things that increase the risk of suicide. I've got a lot of them here. That says that psychological disorder, especially depression, which we've talked about already.
Mm-hmm.
Depression. And this depression itself is a whole topic that we have to talk about.
It
What
is.
causes depression? What makes these children go through depression? I always think about, I ask myself, you've got no bills to pay. You've got no rent. You've got no rent to pay. You got not no what do you call it? Bills to pay. You don't think about, putting food on the table. Yours is to just go to school, learn, and do your best. That's all. That's why I tell my kids, I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
I'm here to do whatever you want me to do for you. I'm paying the rent, I'm paying the bills. Why should you be depressed? Why should you should be, stressed? But
Yeah.
there is, like I said, there is something that is going on. It's not only what we see, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only what we see about the house or whatever. It might be something different, or they might got themselves involved with, like relationship, for instance.
It's peer pressure.
Peer pressure, relationship. Imagine I told you that this girl told me that she wanted to kill herself because her boyfriend has left. I mean, imagine. Going into relationship is an emotional thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's for adults. It's not for kids. It's not for children. And these are the things that we need to let our youth and our kids understand. How
I
many
know.
parents get time
It's a
to speak to
spiritual
their
thing.
children about relationship? Yeah,
It's a spiritual thing. It's not just like a emotional thing. It's a spiritual thing.
yeah. But my question
So
is, how many people, how many parents, how many of us, the parents, right, educate our children about relationship when we realize that they are getting to that that stage? Because
they don't.
obviously they'll get there, they will do.
Of
Even if you don't
course.
want to do that, they will do. So how
Of
many
course.
of us sit down with them and talk to them about, listen, this is it. Don't get yourself involved in this kind of, and guide them. And
And
even if they find themselves in it, how many of us sit down and tell them the truth about this, that it is not right to do this? It's not, how many of us do that?
I feel like some of the parents do, but they don't go straight to the point. They go around the bush. They just
Which
ask
they have to go
questions.
to the point.
I know
If
they
you
have to go
want to
straight to the
listen
point.
to me, you have to go through the, because these children are, you think they don't know, they know more than we do.
Of
Because they
course.
have a way to see, they have a way to learn from it, they have a way that they can get from.
Yeah.
So if we don't be real to them, we have to be. It comes to a point that we have to be real,
You have to
real.
be honest. Yeah.
That's
I
it.
don't. I don't
Honest.
remember. Yeah. I don't know if you remember me saying trust. Trust is a
Right.
big thing. The moment you build that trust, then they
Yeah.
can tell you. They can do anything with you. They can
Thing.
tell you
Yeah.
everything. But
Yeah.
when there's always a question mark on trust,
Mm,
they don't want to
yeah.
tell you everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
My
saying?
friend,
Because
before the show, a friend of mine, sorry for cutting you, a friend of mine, I was discussing with him that he was sharing his idea about the topic before we started the show. And he was saying that a friend of his um told him that he's not getting well, she's not getting on well with I think it's the son or the daughter. And my friend advised his friend that, you have to be friend with your child. And this lady was like, no, but I'm adult. Why should I be friends with my child? And he said to him, if he said to the lady that if you don't build that relationship, that friendship, they'll go out there to find friends, and the friends that they'll find, they don't even know. I always tell my son, listen, the friend that you have, they don't know anything. They have no experience. They have no clue what is in this world. They are in the same age with you. So if you want to talk to somebody, talk to someone that have the experience, that has been in life and know all these things. Do you get what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But many parents, like you said, they don't build that relationship with their. How many of them will sit down and say, "Let me have a chat with you. Let me talk to you." How many fathers will talk to their sons? How many of them? That is a lot to talk about. Like I said, um,
That's a
I
lot. That's a
I
lot.
have taken this, so I'm really emotional about this because trust me, like I said, I know how it is to feel to lose a child. I didn't lose my child when he was older. And may God forbid, because it's so painful, even as having stillbirth at 8 months, because the baby was in me, and I felt, when you're a mother, you're pregnant, you feel the kick of your baby in your
Yeah.
womb, and I remember very well that the day before I found out that my baby was dead, I was going for my antenatal what do you call it, checkup, the
Scan.
last scan, the
Yeah.
checkup. And I used to feel her kicking, and I'll keep on saying that, oh, this baby is very exciting, exciting baby and all that. And then a day before, I couldn't feel the baby anymore. I couldn't feel the baby kicking, I couldn't feel the baby kicking, and I didn't know. So I thought maybe, depending on maybe where the baby is lying, because it can also be that, the issue. Maybe the baby is lying a certain place, you can't feel the heartbeat very well, you can't feel the moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I spoke to my mom. I said, I can't feel this baby for, the whole day. And she was like, oh, don't worry, when you go for your scan, maybe, you're going for your scan, so you find out. So they tried doing a scan, hearing the heartbeat. They couldn't find it. And I went to the hospital. They did a scan. They did a proper scan. And they found that the
Mm-hmm.
baby, there's no blood flow, and the baby is dead. And that time, you can imagine the trauma that I have to go through. Even as that, I'm saying this because I'm saying that this because you have to know that it's very painful losing a child, especially if you spend the time with the child. You've grown. It's not easy for you to have a kid. I mean, pregnancy, the whole thing. Trust me.
It's not.
So why should we wait? Why should we wait and ignore these children? You've been able to keep this child, protected the child, provided for the child until the teenage age, and now you're saying that you don't have time to be friends. Who do you want that child to be a friend with?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, out there, and they will get the people. There are pedophiles out there. There are evil people out there
Mm-hmm.
who are wicked. We have wicked people. Some of them are hiding on their computers and all that, behind their computers, and they're deceiving these young youth.
Sure.
I read this article, and there was this lady, in the article, apparently there was this boy who was all these games that they create and all that.
Yeah.
So
Roblox.
yes, he was chatting with one guy, and the guy was like impersonated himself to be like someone that is a rich man. He's a game creator. He has his own company. So he was deceiving this guy, chatting with the guy, this young youth, the teenager. And the teenager thought that maybe, oh, this is a rich man, this is a big man. So according to that person, he was telling the guy that, oh, I can help you, to become rich. I can help you to create your own game. So we have to meet up. The mom realized that something wasn't right. Keeps on telling the guy that you need to, I'm not sure. Mother, sometimes we have instincts, but sometimes we don't really act on whatever we feel. So this guy was deceived. The mom kept on telling that I don't feel something is not right with this person that you're chatting with. but the guy was disobeyed the mom. And then the guy, the person who was impersonating himself, find a way to deceive the guy, get him to come to meet him. When he met the guy, apparently the guy was the same age. He was also a teenager. He wasn't an adult. He didn't have any business. He didn't have nothing. And that's what he did to the guy. He killed him. He killed this guy. So this is it. These kids are finding every way to be happy. They are finding every way to meet their emotional needs. And if we parents are not there,
I know.
If we parents are not there, we're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to talk about a lot because the time I really don't want us to.
But before we end it, one thing I will say is, I don't know if you can remember, but obviously from your days, where did you grow up in Ghana, right?
Yeah, I went.
Yeah, so from your days till now, one thing I will say is like from that time, there's always been discipline of like, you know, if it's no education, it's home education. Right. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're not going to school, you're learning from home. Yeah. You're helping someone at home. It doesn't have to be parents. You're helping, you're doing something, you're selling, you're doing something.
Yeah.
But we've cut all that socializing with ourselves and helping ourselves to what? Allowing computers, allowing robots. And I think that's where the problem lies.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But if we're to go back to our olden days, life would be much better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now not everyone's going to be stuck on their phone. But now, wherever you're looking, everyone's eyes, not even eyes, their head is in their phone.
It's in the phone.
Their head is in the phone. They're walking, you don't even see who's coming. Like, the worst place that I went to recently was Woolwich. I was just gonna what's it called, get a bus from there to one of the youth places that I work, artistic place that I work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm walking, I'm bumping to people, like they can't see. Why? Because they're holding their phone.
Their phones.
Imagine our time. If you're holding your phone too close, it's gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your phone's not gonna come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then even that,
but when I was my first phone that I had, right?
Yeah.
When I think that was either my 18th birthday or something. That's when I had my phone. That was I think not, is it not Nokia 33 or 30, whatever?
3500. Yeah.
That was my first phone that I had. But now kids from the age of 5, 6, 7, whatever, they're having phones.
iPhone 13, iPhone 14, iPhone 20, that's not even out here. Like, they even have better phones than their own parents.
Right.
So who are you to tell them what they have to do? You know what I'm saying? So for them, whatever they're experiencing, it's like, for them. So if they want to do stuff, it's them. But then they're forgetting them, they have a future. They might be 10, 11, but guess what? In 10 years, they'll be 21. That's when the future really starts. You get it? So they've not really lived life.
Yeah.
They don't know what life is. So I feel like the government needs to demonstrate. They need to.
See, the government has to stand up. The family, the parents, we have to get up. Because firstly, when we talk about it, when we leave it to the government is not
doing nothing.
Business. Trust me. Until we parents wake up, because at the end of the day, it's not the government who gave us your child. You know what I mean? So he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care. You mentioned last month that if, like, at first you can discipline your child, now you can't discipline your child because the government will take them from you. And the only thing the government can do with your children is just give them the physical needs. But what about the emotional needs? They are not there for them.
That's true.
So it's we, the parent, that we have to start talking. We need to. I remember very well, I think many years ago, about 5 years or 6 years ago or something, there was this massive demonstration by the youth, if you remember. And they were burning down shops and stuff and all that. It happened in London. If you remember this incident.
I must have been in Ghana. What, the riots?
Yes, the riot. And I remember
Mm,
some of the, I mean, the people, they had this discussion. They were saying that we have to allow the parents to discipline their children. We have to allow the parents to discipline their children, because now you can't. A child at the age of 15, 16 thinks that I have my rights. So
mm,
we have to stand up and say that this is the right thing that we have to do for our children, because the government will not do anything about it. They will just take your children from you or give them the physical needs that they need, but the emotional, we are the ones supposed to be there. You are the one who gave birth to your child. It's a mother who gave birth to the child. You carry the baby. If you feel the pain, if you really feel the pain, then wake up. Be your son's or your daughter's best friend. You can be there for them and help them
mm.
to overcome all these depressions and all that is going, the trauma they're going on, so that you can talk to us. How many times I sit down with my son, 16 years old, just to try to pull one word from him, but I keep on doing it. I keep on doing it. I keep on, listen, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Nobody will be there. I am here for you.
Mhm.
And then I get him to open up. And one time he opened up, he said to me, I can't believe I've told my mom this. And I was laughing about it, right? And I was trying to make a joke about it. I didn't make him feel bad, or what. I made him feel like, listen, I'm here. It will happen. So I'm here to support you. I'm here to guide you. And gave him all the guidance and advice that I can. It's difficult. And it
It
will be more,
is. It is.
more difficult if you leave them to grow. If you don't start the
Without
friendship
being
now,
there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
it's
But
going to be
that's the good
worse.
thing that you've done. It's a very, very is the best thing that you've done, because what you gotta understand is you're understanding his needs. You
Yeah.
get it. Most
Yeah.
of the parents say, do you know what they expect? They expect that because I gave birth to my
Yeah.
son or my daughter, they gotta be like me.
No,
But no,
that
they
is
can.
different.
They're different. They would
Everybody's
have they would have picked up how maybe your granddad was, or your great
yeah,
great grandfather. You
yeah,
They must have picked up certain traits that you
yeah,
don't even know of. You get
yeah,
it? Yeah, and
yeah,
then in addition of the current this situation of how the
yeah,
world is.
yeah.
So if you're mistaken, you might think that, oh, okay, they're like me, they're like this. Before you know it,
No, but
they're
the
a
thing
whole
is,
different.
God Himself creates human being different. Everyone is different,
Of
right?
course.
God
Hmm.
created something. Something came to do what? To fight. In our world, we think that what is this? This guy is a murderer. He's killing, but he was there to fight for his people. God knows what He's doing. Everyone is different, so we need to one understand our children. We need to understand their mental state, their emotions, and all that. And fathers, be there for your sons. Because what I've realized is that sometimes I think the emotional changes to can make them feel, when they are growing up, the adolescent period where their bodies are changing, their hormones
Hmm.
and stuff, it can make them go through all this depression. Because even we women, if we are on our menses, we change, our mood change,
Hmm.
our character, our behavior change, our
It's
emotions
true.
change, everything's everywhere. So to me, what I've learned is that I think when they are growing, when they are developing, their bodies and stuff and all that, it can contribute to all these things, which
Yeah,
we need to understand.
it's true.
Because the basic of them, whatever mental health issue is depression.
It's true.
It's depression, and it's depression that will lead to drug abuse, suicide, gangs, and all that. Their emotions and feelings. So how are we going to deal with that?
It's true.
Time is so fast spent, and I
Oh
have
wow.
a lot of comments. Wow, I have a lot of comments I have to read. But let me
There's
tell
a
you,
lot of comments.
there are lots of comments here. This is the YouTube one, but I'm sure that the Facebook one, we have a lot of them, which I don't have them. Next time, what I will do is I'll get someone to be reading there for us. Um, my mom asked me, my spiritual mom, she said to me that, why can't we call in? We want to call in because we need to, say something. It's good for us to, also share something. So, like I said, we're
Okay.
praying. We want to move it to physically, whereby we can be there, and then we can get the phones open for people to call in to also share their comments and all that. So thank you so much, whoever, all of you that have left your comments. Thank you so much, because it's not easy. It's quite difficult for you to be typing and typing and typing and typing and typing, but you did your best. Thank you so much. I'm going to read your comments, and then after that, we're going to share. Akwesi is going to share his last words which is not the last because we're coming back. There's more for us to share, trust me. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a twins.
Oh
You
yeah.
see,
Eunice and Yusuf.
yeah, but then I think he said something come up. So I'm going to be on their neck to get them because we need to hear more. We're going to talk about depression. We're going to talk more about suicide, knife crime, a lot for us to discuss about.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot. And like I said, I don't mind giving the Pinky Room show to the youth for the rest of the year. Honestly, I don't mind because this is important. This is very, very important. Okay. So my first comment, he said, well done. That's from Pastor Helen Francis. She said, well done. And she said, that's right. Prayer can disconnect a child from a bad group, even at the early stage before it develop into the so-called gang. Thank you. And then I have somebody saying that, is it Platon Latin. Sorry if I don't mention your name very well. Forgive me. He said that New York is the worst. I think he's watching from New York about suicide. And I was reading about this, about the New York, about that's where I saw, they said that over 200 school children are lost to suicide. Okay, this is UK. This is UK. Over 200 children lost their lives through suicide. A year, 200. A year, 200 school children. Right. There's a lot that contributes to this suicide, bullying, drug abuse and all that, gangs and all that. So we will talk about. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We just came to introduce the topic to you, but we're going to treat it very well. Right. We're going to treat it very well. So he said that New York is the worst. So this is a global issue. It's not only in the UK, global issue. And Pastor Francis said that, Pastor Helen said that, and depression comes with hopelessness, which we mentioned, and worthlessness. If it's continual, some youth just thought end it all is the solution. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Someone also said that sometimes family conflict is one of the strong points of suicide, which we mentioned. Family conflicts. Yeah, true. And I've got Christine Akimto. Sorry if I don't mention your name, please forgive me. Christine said that emotion is a very powerful tool. True. Because the thing is, life itself is emotion. We are a spirit being. Our physical body is nothing, but we are spirit beings. So everything is about emotion anyway. Everything's about emotion. So if we don't handle it, if we should think about where should handle most in our lives, it's our emotion, not even our physical bodies. No, it's not the body, it's the emotions, our mental. No, I don't know, honestly. Right. And then I have somebody also say that, okay, a person who is messed up, who is not dealt with themselves and healed, becomes a parent. They now transfer their unhealed and messed up mind to their children. And the result is another mess up. This is what we're saying. Teenage pregnancy. She got no clue. Some parents are even from drug abuse background. So you can imagine what are they going to give the children?
It's true. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of this experience need to be, like, for me, I don't even know what I'm gonna say about my parent, but one thing I always say is the good things that they've done for me and the good things about them. You know what I'm saying? But then a lot of the stuff that I'll teach my kids is not negative stuff. Because if you teach them negative stuff, then it will become part of them. But if you show them love, you teach them every day, even if they don't know love, at the end of the day, it will get to a stage where even if you're not there, they'll know what love means.
I say it.
Because you said it and you showed it to them.
I say it.
By action. You know what I'm saying?
It can be very interesting. They will tell you, you promise me. And when you tell them something, you don't do it. You promise me that you lied to me. They can tell you lied to me.
Of course,
So you
of course.
promise them, like show them love. Like you said, don't just say it. You have to prove it for them to
You go through it.
trust you. Yeah.
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 So remember what I said about the trust. It all
Yeah.
leads from this. It all leads from this. So
Yeah.
once they feel you and they feel like, yeah, despite the fact that cool, I still something for my friend. I can
Yeah.
still tell my mom about it. That's the
Yeah.
best thing. Even
Yeah.
though we know stealing is bad and it's a sin,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get it. But then this is how you build them up to become stronger. This is how you build people up. The
Yeah.
moment they are learning and they feel like they're taking something from someone that they look up to, they
Yeah.
feel visible, they feel alive, they
That's
feel
it.
human. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying? Yeah,
And
and
we
you're
should
right
listen
about the
to them
emotional.
too. Should listen to them too. How many parents that when the children comes to tell them something, we shut them down? How
Oh,
many of
so many,
how
so
many
many,
of us?
especially from the African background.
Yeah. So they wouldn't come and share it anymore because they know that as I come and tell mommy or daddy, all that they're going to do is slap me. All that they're
Slap,
going
you'll
to
get beatings.
that's it. So we should tone down. We need to discipline them, but we should tone down so that they wouldn't keep things in them. Right.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say tone down. It's like what I said from before.
Mhm.
Sometimes you go a level low to your.
That's it.
Sometimes you have to play certain games with your
Of
child.
course. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean like be like that for two or the whole day.
Yeah.
There's boundaries.
Yeah.
So it's about letting them understand the boundaries. Once they
Boundaries.
understand the boundaries, yeah, sometimes you don't even have to talk. You just gotta
Yeah.
look at them.
Yeah. And
You
let
know what
them
I'm
know why
saying?
it's hard to discipline them. Don't
Of
just shout at
course.
them or turn them down and tell not give them no reason. Okay.
Nah.
After you discipline them, sit them down. Okay, this is what I did. This is the reason I
Yeah.
did what I did. Explain to them, let them know. That will
Yeah.
help them to, um
Develop.
that's it. Right. So other I'm still going through them um comments. Someone also said that most men or boys internalized things. Okay, all right, internalized things, but girls speak out and gets released. Right. Just as we said before. And I have Christian inspired also said that hello there. All right. And I have someone also say that external facts that parents might not know about causes of depression sometimes, of what causes depression sometimes. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Someone also said that let us as parents continue to exploit them to know their feelings and what they are going through. Okay. And someone also said that befriend your children so they trust you and ready to open up to you. You are okay, you are very secretive. Okay, okay. And hey, that's my dad. He said Ajima, Mr. Ajima said nice discussion. Thank you. And Pastor Helen said that I mean they are very secretive. Okay. So what she meant is that you have to be open to your children because they can be very secretive. I think it's fear. See, there's a lot of things that we have to talk about, to be honest. What
All right, guys.
contributes all these things? Like I said, I think that one of the factor is fear. It's
It's the
fear.
first factor. It's the first factor.
It's fear of what is my mom going to do to me? What is my dad going to do to me? If I tell them that I did this, if I have a girlfriend, have a boyfriend, what are they going to do? If I got myself involved, or maybe I've gone to smoke something or whatever, how am I going to tell them? But if we listen to them, accept them, understand them, educate them, right? If I keep on talking, we'll keep on and keep on
No,
and keep on.
I know, but what you said is right. Because at the end of the day, yeah, if you don't listen to them, one,
Yeah,
you're not gonna kill them.
of
So
course.
if you don't, someone from the outside will
Do. Yeah.
kill them.
Yeah.
So you're, in other words, not putting fear in them. You're just killing them slowly.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
it? Yeah. So no matter where it is, you
Yeah.
have to listen to them.
Yeah.
You have to get down to a level, but like
Yeah.
I said, it's got to be boundaries where
Yeah.
they can speak to you, but
Yeah.
also know that you're there for them. But
Yeah.
then there's certain things that obviously they got to know. Like if they do talk to you about it, this is
Yeah.
how you're gonna receive it. But
Yeah.
then you're gonna correct them and make them better.
That's it.
Once
Let me
there's
say this. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Once there's the understanding between you and your child, then I
Yeah.
feel like even when they're setting negative outside, they
Uh-huh.
will even do it because they
Yeah.
will find answers to it.
Yeah.
What if my mom actually was here? Would she do? They, your spirit will
Yeah.
speak through them
True.
without you being there.
Yeah.
You
True.
get it? That's
Yeah.
how I feel like we should go about it. So
Yeah.
the most successful people are those that do so much from early, are
Yeah.
able to speak to their dad or their mom, and they
Yeah.
get quick, answers, and
Answers. Yeah.
they the ones at the top.
Yeah. True.
Get it? Someone like Donald Trump that people always blast that he's racist is this.
Mm.
He comes from a rich home. He's never seen poverty, but guess
Right.
what he does? He's honest.
Right. Yeah.
You got what I'm saying? So there
Yeah.
are traits that are not in the world, but the
Right.
guy is honest. Why? He's
Yeah.
never seen poverty.
Right.
Fact. He's never had to grow up in a black community.
Yeah.
Fact. So everything that he says is fact, but then people hate the fact that he's
Right.
being truthful and saying the truth. So
Yeah.
what people
Yeah.
want to lie, we
Yeah.
can't. You know what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
can't lie to ourselves or lie in how we discipline our child,
True.
but then just gotta find ways to understand them and
Yeah.
get to the. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
even when they're outside, our soul will be with them and
Mm-hmm.
lead them to the way that we will want them to be.
It's true.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Right. The last thing I also want to say is that I remember I was being a bit hard on my son, my first son. Whenever, every time women would be shouting, and then I sat down one day. He came from school and he was so quiet. I asked him, what's going on? I knew he had something to say, but that he can't say it. So I sat down and said, you know what? I have to apologize to him and say, you know what? I'm sorry. I know I'm
That's
being
good.
hard to you. Yeah, I'm being hard to you. I know that I am the reason why you can't come and open up to me. So I'm giving you the opportunity. Just come on, tell me everything,
Yeah.
And since then, there's been a bit of improvement.
Yep.
You
Yep.
get what I mean? So this
Yeah.
is something I want us to do, with our children, especially the youth. The youth is the dangerous that stage. We have been there. I have been there. You've been there. We all have been there. Trust me, and we know how it feels. We know how some of us as parents were even worse than our children. Thank you.
Of
That's what I was
course.
saying. So
Of
we
course.
need to understand them. All right. So I'm gonna say bye. Is there anything you want to say, Chrissy, for your last word or anything? Oh, you
Yeah.
good?
I guess just ready for the next show.
Let's
But
show.
as
Yeah.
parent, yeah,
Yes. Yes.
because there's so
Yeah.
much
There's so much
to
to talk
cover.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Hopefully
obviously
we'll
as
have we'll
parents,
have we have a setup stage, and then we'll have a proper conversation. So it's not going to be online like this, but then it will stream live online, but then we'll have a very proper setup. By God's grace, we're looking
yeah,
forward to that. So if you're watching, I just want to say thank you. I've seen your comments, I've seen your likes, your love. Thank you so much. This topic was, it's something that, like I said, the world has to hear. We all have
yeah,
to hear. I said from the beginning, if your child is a little, if it's a baby or a toddler, know that that child is going to grow up to become a youth. So whilst you're hearing this, prepare yourself, learn from it, and then gain the advice and the wisdom and the knowledge of how you will also handle your child while he's grow up to become a youth. If you don't have a child and you're hoping to have a child, learn from now. So this is the time you have to get involved. Follow the Pink Room Show on Facebook. We are also live. We come live on YouTube at Roy Network. We are also on Abedin TV, YKA TV, Lively TV. And our distributors are Universe Network USA. Right. So go on now on my on the YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Share the links. Go on YouTube. Invite your friends and family. Let them know about the Pink Room Show and what we are doing. We are here to save the world. We don't only do the talk show, but we go on the street as well and help the needy and the poor, mothers with children who are not able to look after themselves, single mothers. That's what we do every month. We go on the streets and we help them. So if you want to support, we've got our details on the screen as well. And we're thinking of also going into the streets for the youth. That's our next project, to bring all the youth out from the streets. It's not going to be an easy task, but with you, with your support, we can all work together as a team, as one, to help the world. There are so many youth that are in drug abuse, so many youth are in prostitution for whatever reason. We don't have to condemn them. We have to know why they're doing what they're doing. Instead of we condemning them, let us help them. So our next project is to go on the streets to where there are prostitutions, where there are gangs, where there are drugs. People are doing drugs. That's what we want to go to help the people on the street. So that's what we do. We work together with AIDS Humanity Foundation, and that's the mission. So if you want to support us, like I said, our details are on the screen. Contact us, work together with us, and together let us save the world. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time. Akwesi, it's been amazing. It has been amazing time. It's been phenomenal. And like you said, we're looking forward for the next show. So subscribe, and then next show, when we are live, you will receive an alert via our YouTube channel. God bless you and take care. I'm going to say bye to you now. So I'm going to say bye to our bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful
for
evening.
having
Thank
me. Really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.